Hey everybody. Well, better late than never. Welcome to my latest singing video here on YouTube. Today I got a song called The Wait, which was by the band from 1968, written by Robbie Robertson. This is my first song by the band on my YouTube playlist, my karaoke songs, and it's my 250th video on there overall. So it's kind of a big milestone for me, this one. That means I'm now a quarter of the way to 1,000. I posted my first video on May 23rd, 2021. That is 1,145 days ago, or an average of one video every 4.58 days. If I keep going at this rate, I'll reach 1,000 videos after 4,580 days, or about 12 and a half years. That would be somewhere around November or December of 2033, when I'll be 58 years old. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll get there. I know one thing for sure, it won't be because I ran out of songs that I don't make it. As for The Wait and any personal connections or stories to where I first heard it, there's nothing specific that I can point to. It seems like one of those songs, what I call my soul songs, songs that have been in me for as long as I can remember. I probably first heard it when I was a kid on our local radio station in Chatham, Ontario, where I was born and lived until I was 16. But here's a little story about how the tune came to be. Robbie Robertson found the tune by strumming idly on his guitar when he noticed that the interior included a stamp noting that it was manufactured in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. The C.F. Martin and Company is situated there, guitar company, and he started crafting the lyrics as he played. The inspiration for and influences affecting the composition of The Wait came from the music of the American South, the life experiences of band members, particularly Lee Von Helm, and movies of filmmakers Ingmar Bergman and Luis Buñuel. The original members of the band performed The Wait as an American Southern folk song with country music in the vocals, guitars, and drums, and gospel music with the piano and organ elements. The lyrics, written in the first person, are about a traveler's arrival, visit, and departure from a town called Nazareth, in which the traveler's friend, Fanny, has asked him to look up some of her friends. According to Robertson, Fanny is based on Francis Fanny Steloff, the founder of a New York City bookstore, where he explored scripts by Buñuel. The singers, led by Helm, vocalized the traveler's encounters with people in Nazareth from the perspective of a Bible Belt American Southerner like Helm himself, a native of rural Arkansas. The characters in The Wait were based on real people that members of the band knew. In particular, quote, young Anna Lee, unquote, mentioned in the third verse is Helm's longtime friend Anna Lee Amsden, and according to her, Carmen was from Helm's hometown, Turkey Scratch, Arkansas. Crazy Chester was an eccentric resident of Fayetteville, Arkansas, who carried a cap gun. Ronnie Hawkins would tell him to, quote, keep the peace at his Rockwood Club when Chester arrived. According to Robertson, The Wait was inspired by the movies of Spanish filmmaker Luis Buñuel, whose films are known for their surreal imagery and criticism of organized religion, particularly Catholicism. The song's lyrics and music invoke vivid imagery. The main character's perspective is influenced by the Bible, and the episodic story was inspired by the predicaments Buñuel's film characters faced that undermined their goals for maintaining or improving their moral character. Of this, Robertson once stated, Buñuel did so many films on the impossibility of sainthood. People trying to be good in Viridiana and Nazarene, people trying to do their thing. In The Wait, it's the same thing. People like Buñuel would make films that had these religious connotations to them, but it wasn't necessarily a religious meaning. In Buñuel, there were these people trying to be good, and it's impossible to be good. In The Wait, it was this very simple thing. Someone says, listen, would you do me this favor? When you get there, will you say hello to somebody? Or will you give somebody this, or will you pick up one of these for me? Oh, you're going to Nazareth. That's where the Martin Guitar Factory is. Do me a favor when you're there. This is what it's all about. So the guy goes, and one thing leads to another, and it's like, holy shit, what's this turned into? I've only come here to say hello for somebody, and I've got myself in this incredible predicament. It was very Buñuelish to me at the time. Now here's a little bit about the writer, Robbie Robertson. Writer Robertson has written or co-written 59 songs that have been released by more than one artist, including The Wait from Hey Babaloo by Ronnie Hawkins and the Hawks on October 26, 1959, to Unbound by Robbie Robertson in 1998. The original recording of The Wait was made by the band before they were known as the band. All the artists' and individual names were listed one by one on the original recording. This recording was done in January 1968 at A&R Recorders, Studio A in New York City, produced by John Simon. All 5 members of the band participated in the recording. Levon Helm on lead and harmony vocals and drums, Rick Danko on co-lead on the 4th Crazy Chester verse, and harmony vocals and bass guitar, Richard Manuel on Hammond organ and harmony vocals, Garth Hudson on piano, and Robbie Robertson on acoustic guitar. The song is in the country rock, roots rock, and folk rock genres. The single was released on August 8, 1968 on the Capitol Records label, with the B-side I Shall Be Released, written by Bob Dylan. This was the band's debut single. It was not a significant hit single for the group in the US, peaking at only number 63. It is one of the band's best-known songs, though, gaining considerable album-oriented rock airplay. The record debuted 6 days after its release on Los Angeles radio station KHJ's Boss 30 Records, and peaked at number 3 there 3 weeks later. The band's recording also fared well in Canada and in the UK, peaking at number 35 in Canada and number 21 in the UK in 1968. Its best showing was number 13 in the Netherlands. The Wait appeared on the band's debut studio album, Music from Big Pink, before its single came out. Capitol released the album on July 1st, 1968, with The Wait appearing as track 5 on side 1. The Wait is the 31st most covered work of all works released in 1968. So here we go with the cover versions. 147 cover versions of it have been released to date. 125 of those are in English, 13 are instrumentals, 4 are in Czech, written by Oscar Peter. 1 is in Danish, written by Lars Lilholt. 1 is in French, written by Boris Bergman. 1 is in Italian, written by Mogul. 1 is in multiple languages, written by Osamu Ishida. And 1 is in Japanese, written by an unknown writer. So some of the English cover versions are by UK progressive rock band Spooky Tooth on September the 6th, 1968 on their island single, The Wait. By American pop singer-songwriter Jackie DeShannon in October 1968 on her Imperial album, Laurel Canyon, with backing vocals by a then unknown Barry White. By American soul and gospel group The Staple Singers in December 1968 on their Stax album, Soul Folk in Action. By American singer, songwriter, and pianist the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, on February 4th, 1969 on her Atlantic single, The Wait, a number 19 hit in the US, and on January 15th, 1970 on her Atlantic album, This Girl's in Love with You. By American female vocal act Diana Ross and the Supremes, and American soul and R&B music quintet The Temptations on August 21st, 1969 on their Motown single, The Wait. Then on September 23rd, 1969 on their Motown album, Together, a number 46 hit in the US. By American rock band Smith in August 1969 on the Various Artists Dunhill album, Easy Rider, music from the soundtrack. The movie used the band's recording, but it was not licensed for the soundtrack album. Dunhill commissioned Smith to record a cover version for the soundtrack album. Then we have by Welsh pop band Amen Corner in December 1969 on their immediate album, Farewell to the Real Magnificent Seven. By UK singer and member of Manfred Mann, Paul Jones, in 1969 on his Columbia album, Come Into My Music Box. By American country singer and songwriter Sammy Smith in June 1971 on her Mega album, that's the name of the label, Mega. Her album was called Lonesome. And by American pop singer Dionne Warwick. Warwick spelled with an E on the end, unusually. in April 1972 on her Skepta Records album, From Within. There are 137 more cover versions of The Wait. The band, a little bit about them. They were a Canadian-American rock band formed in Toronto, Ontario in 1967. It consisted of Canadians Rick Danko, born Richard Clare Danko on December 29, 1943 in Blaney, Ontario, and died on December 10, 1999, aged 55, in Marbletown, New York, of heart failure. Garth Hudson, born Eric Hudson on August 2, 1937, and he is still alive today, the only one of them that is still alive today. He is now 86. He was born in Windsor, Ontario. He played a lot of gigs early in his career in my former hometown of London, Ontario, and London sort of unofficially claimed him as their own. And we have Richard Manuel, born Richard George Manuel on April 3rd, 1943 in Stratford, Ontario. He died on March 4th, 1986, aged 42 in Winter Park, Florida, of suicide by hanging. And Robbie Robertson, born Jamie Royal Robertson, on July 5th, 1943 in Toronto, Ontario. He died on August 9th, 2023, aged 80 in Los Angeles, California, of prostate cancer. And American Levon Helm, born Mark Levon Helm on May 26, 1940 in Elaine, Arkansas, and died on April 19th, 2012, aged 71 in New York City of complications of throat cancer. They were also known as the Hawks, Levon and the Hawks, Canadian Squires, and the Crackers. They began life as the band in Woodstock, New York, in the basement of the house known as Big Pink. They performed in the roots rock, Americana, folk rock, and country rock genres. They were active in the music business from 1967 to 1977, and again from 1983 to 1999. 194 records have been released on the band between 1967 and 2021. Their discography includes 10 studio albums, 9 live albums, 10 compilation albums, 8 video albums, 33 singles, and 9 collaborative albums. Their best charting single was Up on Cripple Creek, backed with The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down in 1969, which hit number 8 on the Chum chart. Alright, now I'm going to sing The Wait. Another song off of this list here, which I'm getting through, sort of kind of thing. Eventually I'll get to the end. Here we go now, The Wait. There is a Carafun version of this song, so wish me luck, it's going to be fun. One of my favorite songs I've ever done on a video, so here we go, it's going to be good. Okay, wake up, Mr. Computer. So The Wait, as made famous by the band, written by Robbie Robertson. Here we go. Pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about 8:30. I just need some place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and he shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load off, Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me. I picked up my bag. I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side, I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around. Hey, take a load off, Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off, Fanny. And you put the load right on me. Go down Moses, there's nothing you can say. It's just old Luke, and Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Anna Lee? He said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep Anna Lee company? Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Crazy Chester followed me and he caught me in the fall. He said, I will fix your wreck if you'll take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can? Hey, take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Catch a cannonball now to take me down the line. My bag is sinking low, and I do believe it's time to get back to Miss Fanny. You know she's the only one who sent me here with her regards for everyone. Hey, take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Whoa, yeah. Oh, wait. By the band from 1968. Woo, boy, that was fun, wasn't it? I sure had fun singing that song. That's a good song to sing over at the bar. Dooley's there sometimes, and I know my buddy Joey Paul likes to sing that one a lot over there, so if he sees this, I hope he enjoys it. I sure did enjoy that, so that's going to do it for today, but heck, I'll be back in about 4 days, I'd say. Yep, 4 days. I think it's Monday when I'm on here again, the 15th. And I'll be singing another tune. It's going to be a great song called The Pilgrim, a song by Chris Christopherson. So, join me then. It's going to be another good time. For now, though, have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye now.